We're all here this evening to celebrate a Kingstonian legend's testimonial with us, someone who's been standing between the sticks for 6 years now. He may not be scoring any goals, but he's certainly keeping lots out at the other end. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Rob Tolfrey. What we're going to do is we're going to have a quick chat with Rob for 5 or 10 minutes just to find out his views on a number of issues. We're then going to do a couple of presentations for the main man, and then most importantly we're going to draw a raffle at the end of the evening. So bear with us and stick around for that. Rob, you signed for K's back in 2009, 6 years ago. Take us back way before then. When did you first don a pair of goalkeeper's gloves?
Many months ago. I think when I was 7 or 8. My brother is in here somewhere. He won't like that, but he wouldn't pass me the ball. So I got tired of running, decided to put on a pair of gloves and just stand in the goal, really.
And was it an instant love for that position? Did you fall in love with goalkeeping at that point?
I'm not sure, I just felt I had to in the end. That's all I know now.
There was a charity game recently for Neil Hamms where you played on pitch. Are you secretly a frustrated left-sided midfielder?
I think so. But, I might have a couple of years, in a few years' time, playing on pitch, but obviously not at this level. But I might give it a go one day, yeah.
And in the build-up to this, I know the guys have been writing the programme articles, myself, been talking to a lot of people around the club. One of the things in the programme that Aaron Good said about your work ethic and your preparation for games. How important is that?
I think this is why I've stayed at this level for quite some time. I am quite precise with what I do, and I give everything I can every week, and I think this is why I'm having tonight, because I work so hard. So.
And as a goalkeeper, you've got to concentrate for 90 minutes. How do you keep your concentration levels up when sometimes the game is being played out in front of you?
I have to, really. It's part and parcel of it. I know that I have to be concentrating the whole time and try and do my job the best I can when the ball comes down.
Back to K's, 2009, you signed from Horsham. At the time, it looked like a bit of a sideways move because Horsham and K's were both in the same league. What persuaded you to come here?
I think before I come, I used to come watch games, and Dallas did phone me a couple of times before, and I just didn't feel it was the right thing to do at the time. But I felt it was a bigger club. I felt it was going in a better direction than what Horsham was going, and it felt the right thing to do. So.
And a couple of weeks before you signed for us, you played against us for Horsham. K's beat you at that time 2-1. What do you remember from that game? Did that have any bearing on you as well, the memory of playing here fresh in your mind?
I had a good idea that I was going to come here after that, but it was just waiting for the right time, and you guys didn't start the season the best that season, so it was just waiting for the right time, and it just felt right, and it was the right decision in the end.
And when you did arrive, you had to vie position with Luke Garrard. He'd been the #1 here for a number of seasons. He was the club captain, popular inside and outside the dressing room, and he also skipped the side to the league title literally months before you arrived. Was that tough?
Yeah, but I knew what I was coming in for. I spoke to Das before. He told me that I was a lot of competition, and I was ready for it. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to push myself. I wanted to play at a club like this, and I worked hard, and I got there in the end.
And that first season when you arrived, it was a bit of a bittersweet ending. We beat Sutton at Gander Green Lane in the playoff semi-finals, but then a few days later we lost at Boreham Wood. What do you remember from those 2 games?
It's probably the highest and lowest points of my career here, and it's probably why I've stayed so long, because I want to achieve promotion with this club. And it still haunts me losing that game, but hopefully this year we can put it right.
And we've come close to promotion that season. The season after, we missed out on the playoffs in the last game. season before last, we got to the playoffs again, didn't quite make it. We've never quite got over the line. Can that change this season?
I hope so. That's why I sort of stayed here. I spoke to Tommy over the summer, and he was keen to sort of get a good squad together, and it seems to be the ambition that everyone's got this year, and I think the league's wide open this year, and hopefully we can give it a go.
And how's the pre-season going? Is it as brutal as ever with Tommy and Harps?
Yeah, we've worked hard. We've still got a game Saturday, but yeah, it's been good. We've worked hard. There's a lot of competition around this year, so it's going well.
Do you get away with any of the fitness training being a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I don't need to do the running.
The season that you signed for us, Tommy was here as a player. I don't think you actually ever played together, but you would have trained together as teammates. What's it now like playing under someone who used to be a teammate?
No, I do think he just left before, but I've sort of come across him a few times, and no, he's been good to me. Like last year, he was good with me, and we spoke a few times during the summer. I walked out on him in the pub once. I'm not sure he'd enjoy me saying that, but no, we spoke a few times, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to this year.
And how does his style different to Alan Dowson? Not necessarily football style, but in terms of man management in and around the dressing room, and they're both over there. Just
yeah, no, thanks for that. I like them both, to be honest. I'm not going to go too in depth. I played for Dallas for 5 years. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. We still got on well now, but I've obviously got a new manager and I've got a job to do, and I look forward to doing that for Tommy now.
I don't want to dwell on this, but I think the Bognor incident has been covered lots elsewhere. But the aftermath, within 5 days of that, you were facing Margate, and you arguably put in one of the best performances we've ever seen from you in Acacia. Save after save after save. Mentally, how did you put yourself in that position?
I had to. It wasn't an easy time for myself and all my family, but we got through that. Harps phoned me during the week, and it was like I either do it or I don't do it. And it happened. It was mentally tough, but I had to do it, and I just got out there and did my job the best that I can do.
And what was the support like at that time from the players, the management, from the fans here?
Very good. Tommy went and sat with the three chairmen the night after, and they all backed me. The management backed me. My phone, everyone was very supportive, and the players and all my friends and people like that, family especially. I'm very grateful for what they've done.
And you've held in high regard by the fans. You've been voted Supporters Player of the Year on a number of occasions. What's your relationship like with them?
Yeah, good. No, very good. It's part of the reason I stay as well. I just feel I'm happy here, I'm comfortable here, and I'm grateful for every game I play for this club.
And one thing that I always notice, win, lose or draw, you always come over to the fans, especially noticeable at away games where perhaps they've travelled a long distance. It must be easy sometimes just to sneak off to the dressing room with some of the players.
Sometimes, yeah.
Why do you come over to the fans? Do you think that's an important thing to do?
A bit busy. I think I just appreciate what you guys go through throughout the season, and it's not easy getting there straight after work and supporting us. And sometimes we don't put on a performance that maybe we should do. So now I'm grateful for every time you come.
I think it's clear you're very highly regarded and loved amongst the club. Look at all the people here this evening. The supporters love you clearly, and they voted for that. They obviously don't want you to leave. We don't want you to leave. But has the opportunity ever come to play at a higher level?
To be honest, I think if I pushed it, maybe, but I'm happy here. So this is where I'm playing my football. This is where I'm staying this season. This is where I want to be. So I'm happy.
We're playing a Football League side tonight, a couple of tiers up the rung. How did your testimonial come about? Did you have any input into the opposition, for example? Is this something you arranged with the club?
It first come from Das. like before he even left, he was the one that mentioned it, and I was grateful when he said that. And Tommy, as soon as he come in, they sort of carried it on. We picked the right date, and the chair, and we all just come to an agreement that we thought that would be the best game to do. And I think it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And yeah, how was it this evening? The reception you got at the beginning with the Guard of Honour, and then going off towards the end. How did that make you feel?
Yes, but yeah, I like it was good to have everyone here. I do appreciate everyone coming. Yeah, it was good. Very nice evening.
And how does this squad compare to those that you've been involved with in the past at K's? It's past and present here as well, so it's interesting.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more sort of strength in depth this year. We look like there's a lot more players about and a lot more that you can turn to, and I think we're looking quite strong. So.
And looking back over the last 6 years, can you put your finger on a highlight of your time at K's?
I think probably the Sutton game, like winning that game, but then sort of losing 4 days. It drives me on to still do well for the club. Like that was a high and a low in 4 days, and I sort of want to achieve things here. So.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it on that high note. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rob Tolfrey. If you stick around, we've got a couple of presentations. Firstly, from the Supporters Club. So I'd like to invite Jeff York up onto the stage.
Rob, I think everything I was going to say has just been pinched by Simon there, so I'm only going to be on stage for about 30 seconds. You know how the supporters feel about you, mate. I think I speak for everybody when I say thanks for 6 years of absolutely wonderful goalkeeping. I'm going to put you on the spot, mate, because I hope you're here for another 6, all right? Congratulations.
We've also got a presentation from the club, so I'd like to invite Mark Anderson and John Fennick up onto the stage.
Rob, this is from everybody at the club, associated with the club. Many congratulations. I hope you had a good night. We certainly enjoyed it, and you know, as a goalkeeper, you are one of the best. Thank you.